What's up, dogs? Nyctopluvo, and we're back again with the recent games pickups. It's been a while. This is the first one of the year, so that's kind of exciting. So this is mostly just like, the end of the year games that came out, of course, and stuff I accumulated over Christmas and whatnot. And starting off first here, you may have noticed, here on the couch with me, I got, Drew gifted me this little Chung-Li right here. She's super adorable. She when I have her in my room, she kind of just sits right next to Kirby over here. You may have seen Kirby before. He's just doing his own thing over here. We'll be over here on the cool side of the couch. Anyway, let's probably get like some of the obvious stuff out of the way. Like of course Nycto got that game. The games that just like came out. So starting off, you may have seen my video about me getting hyped about the announcement of this game. So of course I got Spyro the Reignited Trilogy, and this game it's really pretty. It's really it doesn't feel like different to play. Like it still feels like Spyro. And I will say some of the design choices I didn't particularly like the prehistoric level I was a little bit upset with, because the art style they kind of went with didn't seem like what I would imagine an updated version of that level would look like. But on the flip side, the Fractal Hills level, the one with the bagpipe guys, looked really, really freaking sweet. So yeah, this game's mostly what I hoped it would be. I haven't finished playing through Year of the Dragon yet, and I didn't even touch Spyro the Dragon, so I don't particularly care about that one. But Ricto's Rage was pretty good, and from what I played of Year of the Dragon, it also looks pretty good. Up next, of course, I got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I haven't unlocked all the characters yet, but I did play a little bit on my friend Demi's Switch, so I got to play with some of the newer characters because she had them all unlocked. And yeah, it's just more Super Smash Bros. I like the Spirit mode. I like the concept of that one. That was kind of cool, where it's kind of just like you go around doing like little fights, and then you get these spirit cards of like Nintendo everything, like characters that aren't fighters and stuff, and they have special stats that they apply to your character, which is pretty cool. But overall, it's another Smash Bros. Game. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, moving on next. Now I'll talk about these next. Of course, I got Red Dead Redemption 2. It's actually kind of funny because I didn't pre-order this. You can see this is like the special edition right here with the steel book in here and like a map and everything. But I didn't actually pre-order this to get this special edition. I bought the game a week late, and I walked into GameStop, and I was like, alright, I'm here to pick up Red Dead, and she was like, we got a couple special editions with the steelbook, and I was like, I'll stop you right there. All you need to tell me is that there was a steelbook, and now I'm in. So I bought that, and I haven't gotten to play it very much, but from what little I played of Red Dead, it's really cool. And finally, Drew gifted me this for Christmas. It's Puyo Puyo Tetris. If you may remember from last year, I put this on my games of the year for 2017. Best games of the year for 2017, even though I didn't own it. But yeah, this game's really fun. I've grown to like the fusion mode a little bit better, because when I played that in the demo I had on my Switch, I didn't particularly like it, but it's kind of grown on me. It's also got a story in this, which is kind of weird, where it's worlds are invading the Tetris world and the Puyo Puyo world, and they made characters that play Tetris, which is interesting. But overall, it's fun puzzle game. This game I actually only bought because it was super cheap, surprisingly, even though it just came out. It's Black Ops 4, which was $40 around the holiday season, which I found super surprising because these games never go on sale. I feel like the Call of Duty games. But yeah, it's been a while since I played a Call of Duty game, And some stuff has changed. Like now you don't have regenerating health, you have to like stab yourself with like a little healing item thing to heal yourself. And then of course there's the Battle Royale mode, which I'm mostly kind of wanting to play this game for, which is pretty cool. And then they have like parts of the map of the Battle Royale are like kind of like parts of like older Call of Duty games. Like specifically the one I've been to is like it's the asylum from like Call of Duty Black Ops and World at War, where it's like Zombie Verrückt, which is one of my favorite World at War maps for zombies. And then that's just like in the Blackout Battle Royale mode, which I thought was super cool. This game I already owned, but I found a nice steelbook for it. It's the Elder Scrolls Online. This is the Imperial Edition, and it's just really nice looking steelbook. It's real nice. It's another. Well, I owned one of these games, it's a compilation thing, but it's a box set of Star Fox Zero, and it comes with Star Fox Guard in it. And yeah, I didn't have Star Fox Zero, so now I have that. And but I had Star Fox Guard, which I've mentioned a time or two on this channel before. But the weird thing about this is I bought this at a retro game store, but both of these games are like sealed, and I haven't opened them yet. And I don't think I'll probably open the Star Fox Guard. I remember Drew saying it was a problem with Star Fox Zero, or not really Zero specifically, but just him, where he try to buy a used game and then they give him like a new sealed game, and that happened to him with Star Fox Zero. And now I have this copy of Star Fox Zero sealed. I'll probably have to bust that open at some point. But speaking of seals, oddly, I gotta dig this up. I found this next game seal, which is kind of weird. This is a GameCube game, but it's Beautiful Joe 2, and this was like sealed, which it's always weird to find like GameCube games or any game of like that generation that's like still sealed. Like it might still be weird to find like a PS3 or Xbox 360 game sealed, but this is like a brand new copy pretty much. It's real clean because it was sealed. And yeah, Beautiful Joe is just basically more Beautiful Joe, but this time the girlfriend that you save in the first one joins the fight as her own little superhero, and she has like a gun thing. And I don't know what triggers it, but sometimes like you're in your superhero uniform and sometimes you're not. But when you're not with her, you can use like, instead of punching, she has this box that has like a punching arm in it, which was kind of cool. And then like throughout the game you can just like tag each other, and so you like press the Z button as Joe, and then you turn, she tags in, and then you play as her, and then you press it again, you tag Joe back in, and it's really cool. This game right here is a game Drew had, and I played it with him, and I thought it was kind of interesting, so I bought my own copy. It's Domino Rally. It's kind of just this game where you like run across like these dominoes, and you just have to like pretty much just keep running. And I think the story is like you're kind of like some superhero, and you're like trying to save people and stuff, but I haven't gotten into the story too much, so I don't know about that. Next up is Ultimate I Spy, and I bought this because if you guys may have seen that stream I did a while ago with my friend Demi, where we played I Spy Spooky Mansion, I just had such a good time with that game, even though we kind of got annoyed with it because like several times it seemed like the game was about to be over, but it's like, alright, no, go back through the mansion and do all the puzzles again. But this is pretty much the same thing, except for you're all over the place instead of just a spooky mansion. I thought this would be a fun game to play through with Demi and possibly Drew. This next game I only bought, it's a game compilation. It's a Namco Museum Mega Mix, and I mean, for Namco Museums you pretty much just buy one, and you only need like one copy, and I have an N64 copy. But the reason I bought this specific one is because they have a game on here which a lot of people aren't aware about, which I think is kind of weird, because I used to think this game was the shit, because I played it at some dentist office. Like, they had an arcade machine for some reason, but there is a Dig Dug 2. And, I don't even know why it's called Dig Dug 2, because you don't even do any digging, but you're like, kind of like on these island maps, and it's pretty much just Dig Dug, but that is on here. That's pretty much the only reason I bought this, is so I could replay through that, because I played it like once in that arcade cabinet in like a dentist office, which I thought was kind of weird, but yeah, it's cool to relive that, and now I can play it whenever. Next up is Serious Sam 2, and Serious Sam is another game I love. I love the first one, haven't played the second one, now I have it. This one, from what I get with this one, is like a direct sequel. There's something to do with aliens, and I think you go through like different locations in time. Like, I think I was like, the level I played, it was like a prehistoric level, but definitely if there's like more locations than just one, that's going to be really cool, because I really like Serious Sam 1. Haven't beaten it, so I don't know if there's more locations, but it's mostly just like ancient Egypt, which is cool, but like, that was most of the game that I played, so it kind of wore on me. Next up is Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. I kind of held off on this game because it's been so expensive, like, forever, and, you know, I've always wanted to play it, but I think I got this for like $7-8. But yeah, this game's really cool. From what I can tell, it's just like, it kind of seems like a parody of Red Dead, like a parody zombie movie thing. And when I played it, I remember I ran out of ammo, so I just started tying up all the zombies. But I'm really excited to fully play through this. I know my brother really likes this game, and he kept telling me to like try to get it, but I just didn't want to spend like a whole lot of money on it, because this game held its value for quite a while. Next up is another game pretty much on that same vein. I just didn't want to spend a lot of money on it, and it's Rainbow Six Vegas 2. And I remember this game, playing this a lot with my buddy Mark, and we played like the terrorist hunt mode, and like it's kind of interesting shooter, because like it's first person, but you go into cover and you're like in third person, and it's just overall it's just a pretty cool shooter. And I don't know, just kind of like, sometimes playing like shooters on the 360 kind of just makes me feel like a teenage boy again. I need to get Rainbow Six 1 though, but that one is still pretty expensive. Surprisingly, this one was, I didn't mention it, but this is like a limited edition. It's got some like DVD that I think just talks about the making of the game. But for some reason, this was cheaper than just the game itself, even though it's got extra stuff. Next up is a game I was excited to see. I saw this, so I follow like the game stores like that I go to, like they have like social media accounts and they post stuff. And towards the end of October, they posted like a picture of like, they're like, oh, come pick up our Halloween selection of the games, and then just in their cabinet there, just casually sitting, was Silent Hill 4. So of course I rushed over there, picked it up. It's a really clean copy of Silent Hill 4. I haven't played through all the way yet, but it's really weird because you play in first person in the apartment, which is different from like a Silent Hill game. But it's weird because like, so the whole game takes place in an apartment, but like, I think you like hallucinate and stuff, and like things happen, you go like into dimensions and whatever, but like the only thing that happened so far is like some hole opened up in the bathroom. When you crawling through that, you're like in a subway, and it's very interesting so far. And I think people don't like this Silent Hill as much, because I think the two Silent Hill people always rant and rave about is 2 and 3, and I think this one kind of just like, I think this one was good, but it wasn't good in comparison to 2 and 3, which I haven't played 3 yet. That's a horrible transition. I was going to save this for last, but I did get Silent Hill 2. I couldn't hide it at that point. You were like, I thought he wanted Silent Hill 2, but I thought he never played it or something. I don't know. I'm being fucking weird. But my My sister got me just the disc for this actually, for Christmas, and for some reason on the disc it says it's rated R on the little packaging thing. So I bought like this case off of like eBay, and I'm not sure that this might be like a real case or not, but it looks really cool. But yeah, Silent Hill 2 was really good. I think it might be my favorite Silent Hill. I'm gonna do a video talking about it later on, so look forward to that. But also, while I was looking for like a case for that, I found this case right here for Origins, and I was like, oh, that's a nice looking case for Origins. Of course I want that. Fortunately though, this case right here isn't like a real PS2 case. First of all, you know, like the case itself isn't, and that's one thing, but I opened it up and I pulled out the insert, and I'll have to show you like a picture, but this insert is just a photograph, and you can see on here this is just like Canon paper printed off like a printer. I mean, I'm not like super upset about it because it's still like really, really nice looking, but it's kind of just like, well, it's not, it feels weird because it's not like a real case, but it's still like super, super nice. So I'm still probably going to put it on my shelf, but it's super nice looking. Next up is Ratchet & Clank Size Matters. This is the 4th game on the PS2 for Ratchet & Clank. I think this might have been like the last one for a while that I know of. But yes, more Ratchet & Clank. I think at the beginning of this one they're on vacation and they're getting annoyed by tourists. That's pretty much where I played up to, and then I think something happens with the storyline of the enemy guy from the first game. And then also, up next, Drew got me Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 for Christmas. And I haven't played much of 1 as a kid, but I played a lot of 2 with my brother, and this one was like my favorite one. I just remember we do like a lot of the instant actions, and I really like the space missions where you just like fly around, because I also like that you could like go into the enemy ships and then like fight them while they were trying to like get on some ships to like go around and fight. But overall, you know, I think everybody's probably played the PS2 Battlefronts. They're super cool. So a Christmas gift from my father, it's Mario Party 8, and yeah, this is the first Wii one, so this one's got a lot of motion control mini games, and I've never owned this one before. I used to play it a lot at Drew's house when we were kids, and yeah, it kind of like takes me back to like, you know, late nights when I'd spend the night at his house and we'd play Wii games, and this would always be one of them. I think that's it for the games. Drew also picked me up this because it was super cheap. It was at like a 5 and below. It's it's the amiibo set with KK Slider and the other 2 characters. I feel like they had to pack the 2 llama characters in with KK Slider, otherwise they wouldn't sell. But yeah, KK Slider's awesome, so I mean, I'll take the 2 llamas if I can get KK Slider. Also, my brother got me some little Cuphead figurines. They came with like these little stands, but the stands kind of suck. So yeah, they're not attached to them currently. I don't know where I'm gonna put these, but I'm gonna have to put these on display somewhere because they're super cool. And then got some Splatoon Joy-Cons, which I thought were super cool. So these are like the Joy-Cons that I've been rocking lately. And then lastly, got myself another Xbox 360 here. You know, another. Hold on, let me make some cardboard noises. Another Slim. And you know, ooh, a little dust on that. But reason I got this, of course, is if you saw the last recent game pickup, I was trying to do like some LAN party, and between that and the purchase, after the purchase of this course, I did have a LAN party, and it was super awesome. And I'll probably in the future I'll have to do like a LAN party video, but like we played like Halo Wars, we played Left 4 Dead, Unreal Tournament, and Time Shift, which I was actually surprised because everybody really enjoyed Time Shift. I was kind of afraid everybody'd be like, oh, Time Shift multiplayer sucks, but we played that for like a good like probably 3 hours, and yeah, it was super cool. I have to like do like some kind of let's play of that sometime to show you guys, because like it gets pretty intense. You throw like grenades that like freeze people in time, and like it seems a little bit OP at first, but then you like figure out how to dodge it, and then there's like a time, there's some power up that makes you time resistant, so you can just run through like any like time bubble thing from a grenade. So like you could throw down a pause grenade and then go in there and smack them with your gun and kill them instead of using your bullets, or vice versa. Somebody could throw a freeze thing on you, but you have the time resistance, so you just walk straight through it. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Alright, Chung-Li, say goodbye. Yatta! Before you guys go, I accidentally made 2 mistakes. One of them I figured out while I was editing, the other one I just noticed. It's something on my shelf, I forgot to talk about it. But first, the editing one, I thought this was Shadow of Mordor, which I already played. I just bought this because it was like a steelbook case and I didn't have it physically. Come to find out that this is actually Shadow of War, which really excited me, and it confused me a little bit because this wasn't even that expensive. But I love Shadow of Mordor, and this plays extremely similar to it. And you know, just in my defense real quick, like the spine of this doesn't even say anything. Like it literally just has like the ghost guy on the one side and then the human guy on the other side. So like I just thought this was like Shadow of Mordor. Come to find out, Shadow War, which is, I got really excited about that because I wanted to play Shadow of War, but the price tag was just like too much for me. I didn't want to pay like $60 for it. And then also, I don't know how I forgot this, but I noticed it on my shelf like right after I finished recording. It's I got the Super Nintendo Classic, and it's really fun. And I haven't played everything on it because, you know, there's so many games on here, and like some of the games on here I really want to like put forward the time commitment to, so I could like finish them. Like what was it, Super Mario RPG, I want to play through that. Donkey Kong Country, I want to play through that all the way. Probably The Legend of Zelda, but oh, and Earthbound, of course. But yeah, no, it was super cool. But what games I had been playing are like the smaller, like kind of just more like arcadey, I guess you could say, games. I played like F-Zero, of course, because I love F-Zero, and Kirby's Dream Course, which I remember like I didn't know what that was, but I saw a stream of like the game theorists playing it, and it looked super cool, and it made me want the SNES Classic, so I had a lot of fun with that. What else is on here? Super Mario Kart, of course. Played that a little bit. Super Mario World. I feel like the Mario games are like super casual, so I don't feel real bad like, you know, playing that game in like short bursts and then not getting back to it for months. But I've beaten a couple levels in that, and then I played a little bit of there's a Kirby game on here, Kirby Superstars. I played a little bit of that. And then, oh, I didn't even know this one was on here when I bought it, but I'm excited. I was excited to see it on here, but it's like the sequel to Ghouls and Ghosts. It's Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and it looks a lot better, of course. It kind of threw me off, because like the first jump you have to make in the game is like a double jump, and I didn't know you could do that. So like for the longest time I was just stuck in this first area. But yeah, Super Nintendo Classic, pretty awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!